Lost City of Gold.
Isabella, the front of that dress right here, big smile, big smile. Give me that smile, Isabella, that smile.
Right down here, Isabella. Isabella, look this way.
Keep turning, keep turning. Gorgeous smile. Right there.
Eva, Miss Longoria, straight ahead.
Beautiful, Eva, right there. That gorgeous smile. Straight ahead, Eva. Straight ahead.
Eva, to the left. Eva.
Nice, there you go, right there.
Straight ahead, yeah.
Beautiful.
Michael, look at this way, right in the front.
And everybody right here, guys.
Can I get all three of you looking in the middle?
Keep coming, keep coming. Whoa, that's...
Everybody just looking at him. Everybody looking at the shirt.
Right here, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Haha, yeah. Danny. Danny, one right here. Danny. Yeah.
Together, guys, right over there.
Guys, together one time. Those smiles. Big smiles, guys.
Jeff, back up. There you go.
Both of you.
Excellent.
Here.
Jeff, that smile. Keep it together, man. Keep it together.
Jeff, straight ahead.
Jeff, one more time.
Jeff.
You go too fast.
Daddy, one smile. Daddy, this way, man.
Looking right here, buddy.
Danny, we need some. Benicio, right in front.
And right here, sir.
Benicio.
One time right here, buddy. Just a little bit.
Stand right here. Give me a wave.
And one more time. Right here. Mary.
Looking right here. Look in the middle.
Mary.
In the middle right here.
Right there. And one more time, straight ahead.
Right here, right here.
Looking back, looking back. Here, right down here.
Eyes right here. Eyes right here in the middle.
This way. This way. And one more time.
One more smile.
Straight ahead.
Straight ahead, straight ahead.
Straight ahead. David, this way.
Right there, that smile.
Coriaca, right here, straight
Straight ahead, big smile, Coriaca.
This way, Coriaca, turn this way. Coriaca. And right down
Right
this
here, one
way.
time really quick for me. Got it. Turn left.
Left.
It's like, get these people moving.
When I auditioned for the movie, I did not know what to expect until I read the script, and the script was amazing. It's super funny, super like self-aware, and so I thought, okay, this is what I can do with Dora. This is what I'm going to make her, and they liked it. So now here we are, and I'm really happy and excited to represent and be a part of something so wonderful. She's herself in every single situation. She doesn't conform for anybody or change herself, and I think that's a brilliant, brilliant trait. I hope that I take that lesson with them, that message that, you know, you have to be yourself in every situation, no matter what, because too many people in this world are alike. You know, you need something new, something fresh. I think it makes the movie different from all the other cartoon remakes that are happening right now that are turning them live action. I think it's like you get to see her origin story as well as like 10 years later, which is way more like interesting. Like she's in high school. It's really funny.
I'm just proud of being in a movie that is a Latin-led movie. You know, it's a big budget movie. I don't know if that's ever happened before, and it's the reason to do it for me. You know, specifically, selfish. It's part of the movie. It's like the mantra of the movie to be yourself, and it's something that I told my kid, who's 10 years old, is one of the hardest things to do in life is to be yourself, and it's a one thing that's drilled to you in this movie, but I think it's a worthwhile lesson. When you hear about a movie like this, you're always thinking, like, who's going to be Dora? And then when they said Isabella, I was like, oh, okay, she's a really good actor. I wonder how she's going to do. And then when first day I got on set, I was like, wow. Not only does she look like it, but she's got great energy, and she totally commits to it, which a character like that, you have to totally and fully commit, and she does. And she's got a great body of work, and she's really young.
I feel like this is the first time we were having a young girl be a superhero who's smart and intelligent and brave and fun and daring and fearless, and I think it's so awesome that little girls everywhere and little boys are going to go, I want to be like that. She's just so cool. I think there's so many messages in Dora and in the film. I think the main one for the movie is be true to yourself and stay yourself as you encounter anything in life. And I love that this movie isn't 6-year-old Dora, it's 16-year-old Dora navigating the jungles of high school. And that's hard for kids today. And so the main message of seeing how Dora encounters so many things and struggles to be herself, but in the end, really, that's what saves the day, is who she is. I think the movie's done a great job of sticking to the DNA of Dora's essence. And then in the movie there is a throwback, there is a cartoon segment that really satisfies those true fans of like, yes, that's what she looked like as a cartoon.
I think Dora is a great role model for kids because she's first of all, she's brave, she's smart, she's a great daughter, and most of it, she's Latina. So I'm very happy that we're having probably our first Latina superhero in Hollywood. Dora, when she comes to the city, she goes to high school, and instead of trying to change her personality just to fit in or just to belong, she stays true to herself. And that's what young people should do. All the teenagers, they should not change just to try to belong or fit in. And that's a great example. It was really fun. I mean, it's the first time I played this kind of roles. It's not just comedic, but it's probably my first action movie. So I'm thrilled. I was really exhausted every day because we would have to run up and down, going to quicksand, underwater. But it was a lot of fun to be the funny guy, but at the same time kind of the action hero.
I think audiences will be really pleasantly surprised. You know, it's very funny, and that's something that really drew me into this story when I first read the scripts, was just how funny it was. And there's so many little nods to, you know, some adult humor, but it still appeals to kids. So I think people will really love our film and, you know, love the franchise. Dora's grown up, and a lot of the kids who did watch Dora have grown up with her. So now it's exciting to, you know, continue this next chapter.
It's not every day that we get to see such a strong, independent Latina character on screen starring in her own movie. I mean, there's no guy, there's nothing else. She's just herself and smart and independent, and I think it's a great role model not only for small Latino children, but every kid around the world. I mean, she's so unapologetically herself, and I think she's very inspiring. Getting to go to Australia and be in the jungle, and you know, when you're on a film set, you're with 100, 200 other people who are all doing what they absolutely love to do. So there's always a special energy, and yeah, getting to see Australia, and it's the furthest I'd ever been away from home. It was like an adventure in itself. That was probably the most special part.
Dora really represents the youth of today. We are of mixed heritage, and you know, it's really time that we start celebrating the things that make us unique and different. And you know, she's just so strong in being who she is, and it's just so great for young people, such a great role model for young people to be able to look up to. I think the message of the story too is so timely, because like, we need to focus on the things that bring us together as human beings and as humanity, rather than the things that divide us. And you know, there's not that many times that there's a wonderful film that all of us, the whole family can go and watch together. And so it's just such a great family movie, and there's so many great messages within it, and one of them is just how important family is.
I would have played anything in this movie simply because I'd been watching, my kids have been watching this for years. And any parent that hasn't seen Boots is not watching what their kids watch. I love playing Boots simply because he's Dora's best friend, you know, and her mentor kind of in a sense. And it's exciting, it's all over the world, and it's you know, it's going to be a great movie. Well, you know what? All her messages, even as a cartoon, that's what I loved about them. They were all good messages. Kind of like, do what your mom and daddy says. You go to school, get your, your education, all that kind of stuff, which is awesome.
I was so excited, to be so much like her, and when I got to Australia, well, I was there for 2.5 weeks. When the first day I put on her outfit, I was so excited, and then the last day I was pretty sad because it was the last day I was going to be exactly like Dora. Dora is such a great role model because she's so brave, she's so independent, and she loves teaching other people what to do, and she is just the best person in the world.
She's this powerful, independent, funny, intelligent leader, and I think that's a really good role model for young girls all over the world. The audience are going to have a fun, exciting adventure. You never know what's going to happen next. It's great. I didn't have it in my household in Australia because it was a different network, but a lot of my friends had it, so I grew up definitely with Dora.
Oh, well, I think that's kind of part of the idea of the film, that she's 16, but she's the same as she has when she was 6. That's kind of what it's about, that Dora knows a lot about facts and information, but doesn't know much about the world as a whole, really, other than her immediate surroundings. So the movie is kind of about making friends, and that's what Dora does in this film. So it's very important that she got to that age, and it's much funnier, of course, if she's 16, has no idea about stuff, than at 6, which is quite normal. So it was for comedic purposes mainly, but it helps a lot with the film for sure. I think it's an hour and a half of positive fun. It's a completely uncynical movie. It's really, really fun, and it's funny, and it takes you out of the world we live in for an hour and a half of just real joy. And I think that's a nice thing to do. I'm very pleased that I can bring joy to the world, because that's not a job many people can do these days. So I think that's what's really important. People recognize who Dora is. She's smart, independent, does her own thing, doesn't care what people think about her, and it's a great template for how you should be as a person.
Hey guys, it's Lisa here with a list of 5 of the most adorable animals from animated family movies. So start off, there is Wheezy the penguin from Toy Story, Pascal the lizard from Tangled, Doug the dog from Up, Thumper from Bambi, and Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. What are some of your cutest animals from animated family movies? Let me know below. And remember, click down here to subscribe or on the side for more great content.